Okay, so we have Amy Raymond here from Northeast Oregon, one of our newer instructors at the GRS Training Center. Amy, tell us about how you got started.
I got started because I wanted something that I could do from home with my kids and raise my kids myself. It was pretty important for me to have my kids around and have them be a part of the life that I was living. And, you know, if somebody's gonna spank those kids, it's probably gonna be me. I think it's important to be at home with your kids. And I mean, that was for me. But so I started looking at doing some different kinds of stuff out of the home. And I took a bronze making class in high school that I thought was pretty cool. And so I kind of looked into silver work, and it just kind of spoke to me. You know, I had a handmade ring from a local company, and I was like, God, that'd be really cool, because I like to draw and I like the metal work. And then I just started doing it, and I thought it was pretty awesome.
That's awesome. What was your biggest hurdle when you were first trying to learn?
It was the amount of money that I had in my pocket at the time and finding somebody to teach for me. And I actually didn't know about GRS at the time. So, you know, that would have opened up a lot of different doors for me if I would have known about it. But I started cold calling people to help me. And I found somebody that would let me come into their shop and just look and see what they did every day. So, and then I found GRS. So it completely opened doors. And then it was like a light went off with the amount of things that I could do and make.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You kind of focus on a bit of a different side of the Western market. I feel like your projects are less of the like saddle tack and that kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's more like wearable Western art. Why do you tend to focus more of your projects on that side of things as opposed to like saddle tack?
Well, so I used to make a lot of saddle tack, and I thought it was really cool to be a bit and spur maker or to make usable things. What I found out was it was kind of limiting to me. So what I saw when I walk around a rodeo or a mall or anywhere like downtown, you know, you're walking around, women want to have one-of-a-kind pieces that don't look like everyone else. And their husbands will buy them those things. Or they'll buy themselves those things because there's really strong women out there and they want to look cool. So I really fell in love with jewelry and making women's like necklaces and earrings and anything that I could make, you know, brooch pins, or I would really like to make silver on a blazer jacket.
There you go. That's cool. That's a really cool idea.
But I want to make one-of-a-kind things.
Yep.
I want things that not everybody sees every day. And I want these women, you know, when you pass a woman, you know, walking around, you notice what they're wearing by movement and shine. Mm. So, and I've figured this out, and I've done a lot of research on it and really noticed, you know, what's eye-catching to people? Yeah. Well, if something moves or if you see a reflection. So bright cut, you get the reflection, and movement is like chains or different, you know, hinges and different, and I get obsessed with those kind of things.
Yeah, that's really cool. Okay, so talking about like the kind of work that you do and, you know, who you make it for, what inspires you the most in to make your work, or the kind of work that you're making? You talked about making one-of-a-kind things, but where does most of your inspiration come from?
I think a lot of it comes from other makers, and not necessarily in the Western world, but you know, you watch a movie and you see an actress in a set of earrings that are kind of funky and cool, and they move, and you really notice them. Generally speaking, they're not Western. You know what I mean? Most Westerns are like, you know, the Oregon Trail kind of stuff, you know? But you'll see a movie and there's some cool earrings in it, and then I will take that idea, make it mine and Western. But you don't have to make them Western. You can make them any style you want. I mean, you can make them earthy or organic or any kind of idea. I mean, it doesn't just limit you to the Western world.
Right. Who are some of the other artists that you look up to in the industry or outside of the industry?
I really look up to Diane Scalise because she is hands down the coolest lady in the world. And if I can be Diane someday, that would be amazing. But there's like, there's a lady that lives in Winthrop, Washington that her name's, it's Ringgold Nicole on social media. And she does some amazing things with flowers, and she forms metal really cool. I think that's really awesome. I really look up to some of my students and I get a lot of ideas from them. There's the Classy Trailer. She's got an amazing eye for bright cut and forming and all the things. There's some men that are really starting to get some women's jewelry down, and it's making me a little nervous, but.
That's cool. That's really cool. If you weren't gonna be an engraver and a silversmith, what do you think you would have been?
Probably would have just followed in my dad's footsteps and been a banker.
Okay.
But I don't think I could sit at a desk all day. Yeah. People would probably kill me.
Or vice versa.
Right. Yes.
What did you want to be when you were 5 years old?
When I was 5, I wanted to be a veterinarian.
Okay.
Then I finally figured out you have to go to school for a long time. That was not gonna happen.
That was the deal breaker.
That was the deal breaker.
What advice do you have for people artists that are just starting out? And it doesn't have to just be Western people, but what's the biggest advice that you could give to somebody just kind of starting down this path?
I think reach out and ask questions, be open to it. And if somebody knocks you down, it's because they might not have time to do it, but just keep asking different people. Just keep reaching out. If you like a style of something that somebody makes, ask them. Ask them for help. Come to GRS because I think I could have shortened my time of learning. I started in 2003 and I feel like I'm just getting to the groove, but I think I could have shortened my time, like a quarter of as much time as I took. Yeah. I would have been better. But ask questions, ask people that have been doing it for a long time. If there's something that you want to know how to do, I guarantee you there's somebody out there that will share it with you. Oh, these ones make me nervous.
The next questions are all just rapid fire.
Okay, let's hear it.
Immediately come to mind. We'll do one after another. All right, favorite chips?
Oh, Casa de Oro makes a hatch chili chip.
Nice.
They're unreal.
That's great.
You have to order them 9 bags at a time. Trust me, it's not a good deal.
And they don't last.
Nope.
As long as 9 bags would.
Nope.
What's your guilty pleasure?
My guilty pleasure. I eat sweet tart ropes, rainbow sweet tart ropes.
Okay. Favorite movie?
Blended.
Okay. Does pineapple go on pizza?
No, heck no, no.
What's your favorite smell?
Rain, like the first rain of the year.
Yep. Go-to graver?
45 flat, hands down. I would probably, and these new Glen Steel ones, the round ones that if somebody touches this, I'm probably gonna slap their hand a little bit.
That's awesome. That's all I have. I appreciate you taking the time to sit down with us, and we'll let you kind of spec the cut.
sweet.